Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today it's midweek Magic, and I'm starting to pronounce it correctly this time, no slip of the tongue. And we have Historic Shakeup this time, so it is historic, but we do have a particular ban list, so I'm just gonna read it out here. So in addition to what's already been banned, the following cards have been banned as well. Hey, you know what? I'll just post it up right now. You guys can see it. So, window capture, properties. There you go. So in addition to what's already been banned, Arc Like Phoenix is banned, Bone Crusher Giants banned, Burning Tree Emissaries banned, Cauldron Familiars banned, Collected Company, thank goodness, is banned, Core Spirit Dancers banned, Llanowar Elves, Memory Lapse, Mizzix's Mastery. So much for the Time Warp. Muxus Goblin Grandee, Sarah's Emissary, Soul Warden, Teferi Hero of Dominaria, Thoughtseize, Tybalt's Trickery, and Vesper Lark. So with all those cards out of the way, actually there's still plenty of decks that are pretty much out in the open. So what happened was, throughout the week, a lot of things have come together. My last draft, you'd see it on video. I ended up doing Black Red Vampires. That's actually kind of a continuation of the previous draft, also the previous week, which also ended up being Black Red. Then I was talking to a friend of mine, one of my viewers, Kyle Braxton. He wanted to get into Vampires in Standard, and I'm actually looking at it, and it has a lot of promise. And in fact, it seems like it might have a little bit more promise than Treasures. Treasures seems to be more of a Junting now, if I'm not mistaken. But straight Black Red, there is a lot of promise for that aggro. And then back-to-back Vampire decks featured by Legend VD and MTG Goldfish, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if it's back-to-back, but definitely with all that running up and Historic Shakeup come, you know what? Let's give it a try. Let's take a look. Let's see what them Vamps have to offer. And the reason we're able to do that is because there are actually a few good Vamps in Historic. I could have easily loaded this up 4-4, but I didn't craft any more wildcards for this. Definitely, if you already have the 4 Knights of the Ebon Legion, it's a good choice. If you have more than 2 Falcon Rat Pit Fighters, likewise. So otherwise, we're really loaded for Bear in the 2 slot. Primarily, the idea is you want to get some early damage, then land a Vampire Socialite to buff everything a bit more. We got burn spells and light up the stage to help us withdraw. Hungry for more instant emergency burn spell. Not a vampire, but Dreadhorde Butcher puts a lot of pressure. Unless our opponent can exile this, they're pretty much going to be taking damage again. And kind of filling it out a few Gifted Aetherborns. Basically, we're trying to ride the aggro train as much as we can. This is not a perfect build. I could craft even more if I wanted to, but it's pretty much a proof of concept. I got my 2 wins very quickly. Not so sure how the meta has adjusted since then, but we'll see how it goes. But losing a lot of the big 2-for-1 cards really helps this deck out a bit. So unfortunately, we won't be able to do a turn 1 Knight of the Ebon Legion if I want to do the turn 2 Dreadhorde Butcher. That's kind of the weakness of Haunted Ridge. But I'm willing to do that so we can get the hit and we can light up the stage. Opponent's going for the Ginger Brute. Takes the early hits. Yeah, maybe this one's a little bit bit risky. So it's pretty much about growing this as big as we can. Let's hope that our opponent's not... Usually this pairs with... Oh, white. Shadow Spear. Can't equip quite yet. But our opponent might be going for the All That Glitters plan. We did hit our mana, so I might actually just hold it up. Yeah, I'm gonna just play the light of the stage now, because we could just lightning strike if we need to. Ugh, that's good. On the flip side, we know we have a lightning strike on standby. So if our opponent's not going to. In fact, our opponent's unlikely to do all the glitters now that they know there's a lightning strike on standby. We will try to go for it. Opponent might be able to protect it somehow. Not really. There we go. So we did hit our 4th land. So we'll swing for 3. Unfortunately, we could not get our opponent to lose 4 or more life. I could just bolt it, but I would rather just play this out now. We need to kind of hide the Kogan's command for as long as we can. And yeah, it just gets a +1/+1 counter, same as if I were to bolt our opponent, and we kind of need to save the bolt for now. Also, I did not put up the deck list. Sorry, guys. And yeah, just in time for our opponent to concede. It looks like our opponent might have been sitting on a bunch of enchantments, like all that glitters or whatnot, but or tempered steel. But they might not have had enough creatures. So that was a very quick one. Definitely Light of the Stage was a good call. Now I kind of wish we. Well, it's unfortunate we don't get Lightning Bolt, but I'm pretty sure if Lightning Bolt was around, it would have been banned immediately. So, I do need to mention also the 2 Thermo Alchemists. It's basically to like trigger stuff like Vampire Socialite, but it feels like a concession for not having enough rares. So we will drop the Knight of the Ebon Legion. If our opponent holds up mana, we know they're not Werewolf Pack Leader. Okay, so we're not swinging anytime soon. I could drop the Thermo Alchemist just to have something to block with. I could also just drop the Dreadhorde Butcher now. Swing. Let's see, this is becomes target of a spell, so I could swing with this one. Our opponent probably just auto blocks with the Pack Leader. The point is to snipe the Swarm Shambler. Let's be careful. That was very tricky. I almost clicked on the Werewolf Pack Leader. I think our opponent would probably has to blip. No, they're going for Kazandu Mammoth. They want to swing. So note that we have multiple choices. We can choose to hold up mana just to go for the pump. That said, if they have a Blizzard Brawl, it's really bad. I could just swing now. Know that our opponent is not gonna block. Oh, they are gonna block. And they're gonna read the text. And they're gonna not block. Okay. This is probably one of our worst matchups, I would say. At least we have the Vampire Lovestruck Beast. Oh wow. I kind in a sadistic kind of way I missed this. Okay, so I guess we take the 8. Okay, we hit the Gifted Aetherborn, so good, so that's good for us. So what I can do is I can swing with the Vampire Socialite, take out the token. Which is pretty much the main plan. If our opponent has another Lovestruck Beast, oh, they're actually gonna let it through. Okay, so with that, Gifted Aetherborn. And because we don't exactly have any spells, we'll just run the Bloodthirsty Adversary now. We kind of need to, even though I don't want to. Opponent goes Ranger class. Yeah, we're probably going to get overrun here. So our safety net is pretty much... Yeah, we do have some removal, but in the form of burn because we need it to hit our opponent's face. I guess we do benefit from having actual removal. We do have some Kolaghan's commands as special, but okay, looks like our opponent might have a Primal Might. Oh, wow. Well, at least we gained some life there. But we are taking... We have to block here. I guess we can go down to 2. Super sketch. The Thermo Alchemist can kind of block. Yeah, we're flooded too. So that said, yeah, might as well just play the Swamp, play the Thermo Alchemist, hold back for blocks. I'm surprised. I think our opponent's running the Primal Might in addition to in addition to the Blizzard Brawl. Opponents, I'm usually concerned if our opponent's thinking at this point and not thinking during the attack phase, because it means they still have... Okay, they passed. I do have to do blocks first, because if our opponent's relying on Inscription of Abundance, has the ram true, so excess damage, that kills us. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't have trample, so it doesn't kill us quite yet. We go down to 1. So we actually need another creature. I actually forgot to put manlands here. When it has a Stone Coil Serpent. We hit another Vampire Socialite, but yeah, that's gonna do it. We needed more creatures. A Hungry for More would also have been a problem against Stone Coil Serpent because of the protection. So we did not get the jump on our opponent. In fact, the reverse happened. So that's kind of how the cookie crumbled there. I kind of expected to have some weaker matchups. How could we have fixed that one? Heartless Act would be a good one for starters. Actually, Cast Out would probably be solid as well. Anyway, we have a Swamp into either Socialite or Aetherborn. I think I want to do Aetherborn, then just slam the large Socialite. Opponent going first. Let's see if they have the shock. Nope, no shock. We actually... Robber of the Rich. We'll take the hit. We lose Florian. Not good. Now our opponent could have regular burn, which annoys me. At least it means they can't cast Florian if they have to do that. Anax. Okay, so this is traditional. You're not gonna swing in here though. No, I am going to swing with the Knight of the Ebon Legion, threaten to pump. We did play the wrong land though. We should have played red mana. So we could have lightened up the stage and Vampire Socialite. Okay, so gives us a little extra buffer until our opponent drops, say, a Torbrand. Actually, this is our... Oh, Runaway Steamkin. Into a Cavalcade of Calamity. Feels like a dud until I sniped it, until the Annex dies though, so let's keep that in mind. So we will play this. Opponent's just gonna take. So with that, we'll cast Light up the stage. Also note that we can get it back with... Opponent concedes. I'm not so sure what we would have sniped. I probably would have sniped the Runaway Steamkin or the Robber. We could have sniped the Anax also. Yeah, we would be taking some damage, but it looks like our opponent did not have an out for the... Gifted Aetherborn. But yeah, we could have played that better. Made a few mistakes here and there. So I'm making the mistakes so you guys don't have to. I probably should do like about a few more games on this one. This doesn't have to be a long episode. This one is technically undesirable. These two are kind of dead. Opponent going first does not enthuse me. Opponent going Raging Goblin. Oh, that's what Crypt tap. Opponent goes Dueling Rapier. Ooh, classic. Now this is just plus 3. This is just a 3-1. I am tempted to just drop the Dreadhorde Butcher and force our opponent to block it. I'm also inclined to just swing in and keep growing this one because I know we have the Kolaghan's Command for later. We'll just have to take our early beats for now. We may also need to decide, like, say, if our opponent drops a Goblin Chief or Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. So that's a problem. Actually, not too much. So we swing. Our opponent blocks. Oh, he's gonna take it? So we're gonna pass for now. We'll see what our opponent's next drop is. I actually want to go into combat first. So 2 damage and discard a card. So wait. The discarded card goes first, then 2 damage to any target. There could be a pump effect. It'll be really surprised if there is. Opponent discards another Rapier. Okay, not bad. So we are getting our Dreadhorde Butcher up. Opponent's just taking it. That's a sham. If our opponent decides to snipe the Butcher now, that clears out their board for the most part. I could drop a Vampire Socialite now. It kind of just does nothing. I think I can pass. Hold up the second Kolaghan's Command. I think our opponent's going to do the See a Pair of Goblins, so we'll let that slide. Oh, we should not have let that slide. I forgot the Bandit Lord pumps it. But we got rid of an Ember Cleave, so there's that. Problem is 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got killed. We should have held this back. The Bandit Lord kind of buffed everything up. Kolaghan's Command is, yeah, probably not so great in this particular matchup. I would have preferred a lightning strike over it. We could have played that one better. I should have started holding back. I kind of forgot that the Den of the Bugbear would have been pumped up. So that one's on me. So, 2 tap lands. We do get to go first, so I'm willing to risk it a bit. So next turn I can do a Hungry for More into light up the stage. Or I can just lightning strike this now. Just get out of the way. Next turn we can do the Hungry for More light up the stage. Since it's very likely that our opponent's next drop is also a tree drop. Now our opponent could have snake skin support. So if they happen to have it, they happen to have it. No, they don't have it. So we will spectacle. Knight and Hungry for More. Okay, so we could do it again, but I know I want to cast these two cards, so we're actually going to opponent goes Ranger class, gets themselves a wolf. They can do the they're doing an Outland Liberator to get extra. Okay, not too bad. Yeah, just getting these two out of the way. Now there's a chance our opponent could double block. I highly doubt it. So we could just drop a Socialite just to start buffing the knight a little bit. The next turn we can probably just do another Hungry for More into another Socialite, I guess. Opponent is about to start pumping this a bit. So we need to see how our opponent decides to distribute the counter. We could take the 6 safely. I could just choose to... I'm gonna just block with the Socialite. Because I'm concerned if I block with the Knight, they would have a pump effect. I would rather keep this guy alive. Now I should swing with the Ebon Legion. Opponent probably pumps. And with that, I could still cast this actually. No. Opponent's kind of flooded, so they're probably gonna see the token again. Oh, opponent could still make a token. The timing is... Oh, he can do it at any time, so something to remember. So I probably should still swing with Knight of the Ebon Legion. Force our opponent to... Or if I can hit another land, opponent doesn't exactly have anything to sack this one too. Oh, they do have the inscription of abundance to fight it. I guess that makes sense. It does give me a clear line to swing in though. if the light of the stage hits. It's possible that I could whiff on something. Nope. It's actually perfect. Opponent could have a Snakeskin Veil, which would be really... Nope, did not. So... we are kind of buying ourselves life, at least. Next turn, I do want to hit Florian. Opponent probably either cracks the token... Oh, they are... Oh, they just played another one. Now, take note that they're swinging with just ones because they want to activate and block. Oh, Ren and 7. That's also a good blocker. Yeah, we need... I would probably recommend some hard black removal at this point. No, I could just play the Dreadhorde Butch. Yeah, problem is our opponent's pretty much outclassed us at this point. I can cast this just to get some extra life, but... yeah, it's just to create a buffer. Kinda wish I had the Blade Brand of some sort. So that means I need to block at least 2 creatures. Florian's not gonna quite do it. Yeah, if mono green is gonna be yeah, this one I did not run into. If mono green is gonna be a bit of a meta here, I would recommend harder removal. So instead of the lightning strikes, I would recommend Heartless Axe or generally cast outs. I don't see that many legendaries I need to hit. Baleful Mastery is also a good addition. I would probably add that to the mix as well. We probably should save ourselves the trouble. Yeah, let's save ourselves the trouble. So yeah, I think we have seen enough. Am I willing to consider adding Burning Hands? Generally, no. Yeah, I think the correct answer here, at least for this deck, is we do need to add some number of Baleful Masteries. Remember, just so what are the weaker cards? The 2 Thermo Alchemists I would cut out. Probably just add 2 Baleful Masteries for that. An argument could be said like now the weakness of the Baleful Mastery is that it's 4 mana, and Light of the Stage will not hit it if I need to buy it back. Hold on, let's see. Planeswalker. What are the black spells that can kill a Planeswalker? Okay. Bone Shards is legit. Liliana's Triumph is interesting. We could add a Valky or 2. Oh, Soul Shatter. That kind of works. Yeah, let's give that one a try. It is a bit more expensive though, but our curve is still relatively decent here. So we'll test out that one change and see. How it goes. So no Thermo Alchemist. Replace it with Soul Shatter. Opponent kept. We will keep likewise. Turn 2 Dreadhorde Butcher is a thing. We can also do turn 2 Socialite into another Socialite. Really depends what our opponent's follow-up play is. If it's anything scarier, I might just Lightning Strike it right away. But we are Mana Gorger Phoenix. Can't block, so... So next turn we... Unfortunately, I wish this was red. I could... Let's see what our opponent's follow-up is. Yeah, we'll snipe it. Yeah, oddly enough, we aren't getting much use out of Florian. At least not this time. I guess we're hitting all the matchups where Florian not so great. Nice. Ooh, nice hit. We do need to save a lightning strike for the Mana Gorger Phoenix, though we won't be able to do it again. This doesn't have haste, and it can't block anyway, so... Blazing Root Wall. Oh wow, it really is all madness. This is madness indeed. Let's see if our opponent does a follow-up play. Basically, I want to... We take the 2. Now our opponent can pump this. Okay, even more blockers. Yeah, we have to bolt this now. Let's see if our opponent is willing to throw both of them away. They are. Yeah, maybe this deck a little bit too straightforward. We'll drop another Socialite. Our opponent's down to 1 card, but we need to hit good stuff off light up the stage. We have 2 lightning strikes in the yard already, so adversary would be very good. Opponent's down to... Opponent could run out Den of the Bugbear. I would probably be forced to take 9 damage? Wait, 8 damage. So... risky. Let's see if we hit anything. Light Up and Blood Crypt. Let's see if we hit anything. Hungry for more Dreadhorde Butcher. We can kind of buy some time by blocking the Bugbear if we need to. This doesn't pump. So force the block. Go down to 2. Ping the oh, we should have pinged the den. Yeah, I have to swing with these 2 though. But yeah, we got flooded. We got really flooded on lands that game, so Not much help. Yeah, I think we should have pinged the den. We made a mistake there. We could have easily blocked the token, or just choose to block the Seasoned Pyromancer if it came to that. Depending on what our opponent has in hand, we're not quite out yet, but we are going to go down to 1 if our opponent decides to do Den of the Bugbear again. Oh no. Okay, we are forced to block. They could just exile and make 2 tokens, which is reasonable. And they would be able to... Yeah, that's kind of the plan. Yep, we got flooded. We got nothing. Sometimes it happens, so... We did put up a fight, but fortunately we did not have the resources. Also, 1 mana 3 damage was kind of backbreaking for us. Also... They all came off triggered abilities, so we didn't exactly get to... Yeah, kind of hard to not go first. But that's the nature of the deck. You really want to go first, or hope your opponent is slow enough to let... Or hope you're fast enough. It's not about your opponent being slow enough. I could have... As I said, I could have loaded up on more of 1-drops, but I chose not quite. Okay, this is good. Turn 1 Knight, turn 2 Dreadhorn Butcher. That should be aggro. I need to decide if Warlock class. So with this build, I can just run out another black mana. So light up the stage if I need to. No, light up the stage first, then Gifted Aetherborn if I need to. See if our opponent actually has a response to this. Infernal Grasp. So that's going to be 4 life. So that's going to grow our Knight, which is actually very good for us. Wait, let's take it first. Very bold of our opponent, I must say. I actually will play the Knight first because I know both of them are about to grow. And I'll need to decide if I want to run the Kolaghan's command or anything else. Opponent's down on their 3rd red mana, black mana. I highly doubt they're gonna level up. Lurrus of the Dream Den. Need to nuke as many resources from our opponent as possible. They kind of... I'm pretty sure they kind of knew what was going to happen as soon as I played that. So now we got Tree Force. Let's see if our opponent could have a... Oh, Crypt... There's 2. Tree 6. Oh wait, hold on. Cancel. Hungry for more. Lightning Strike. I forgot I put the Hungry for More as a kill spell. There we go, man. All the way through. And Kolaghan's command slowing our opponent down quite a bit. Pretty solid. Yeah, I think we have time for about 1 more. Yeah, we'll do 1 more. Didn't exactly get to see the Soul Shatters there, but I will admit the Thermo Alchemist is it's kind of a weak spot. It was pretty much there to trigger the Socialites, but not that. Okay, so we will get... Okay, opponent gets to go first. They are mono red. No, they're probably red black. So we'll see the Falcon Pit Rat Pit Fighter die. We needed black mana soon-ish. Okay, there's a shock. Opponent goes Soul Scar Mage. return the favor at least. I'm concerned that our opponent might be playing a feather deck, and I would have read. Oh well, not quite feather. Unfortunately, not quite on the mana. I probably should read. Okay, let's assume that this gets killed. Play with fire. Actually, the way our opponent's spending mana, they are about. Yeah, we do need to hit some black mana at least. Soul Scar Mage again. Oh wow, we are missing our land drops. I guess this. At least our opponent's not incentivized to play Lurrus quite yet. Ooh, Bomat Courier and Skewer. I think our opponent might. Oh, they're gonna go for it right away. I was gonna say they might wait for it. Finally, black mana. So I will do the hungry for more. Swing first. Opponent probably just takes it. Hit 2 lands, which is kind of fine. So next turn I just played the pathway. Hungry for more Vampire Socialite. Actually, Lightning Felix. The opponent is really on the burn plan. But if they're using it all up quite yet, the Hungry for More is going to be what saves us a bit. Unfortunately, it's on each other vampire, so not getting it for itself. It does force our opponent to burn out the Vampire Socialite. Bomat Courier again. Oh, they did have it. But they are out of cards. They're planning to refill with the Bomat Courier at this point. He did hit another land. Then we play Gifted Aetherborn. Opponent, hopefully they did not. Like, how much removal did they throw us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pieces of removal already. Into an 8. Opponent is going to cash these out soon. Yeah, we have to play the Hungry for More, unfortunately, because our life total is relatively low. Opponent probably starts cashing them in now. Which means we start taking less damage, more or less. You could also just cash both of them. Oh, they're going for it. I'm gonna go for the 1 block here. I know we're gonna take 2 damage anyway. When do they draw the... Skewer. Yeah. Like, wow, our opponent really drew all their burn. Play with fire. So at least it's not red burn. I don't know if they have any mono white spells though. No, just buy back the Lurus. Florian can hold it down a bit. Oh, he is going for damage. Yeah, we're taking a risk going down to 2. Actually, let's not cast that quite yet. Soul Shatter. Oh wait, I had to cast it then. Oh shoot. But oh, and they hit the bolt. So it didn't quite matter there. Our opponent hit the bolt anyway. Yeah, now like how that was a law burn. Oh yeah, we could have added Bomat Courier as well. We do usually run into card problems. So that's something to consider. I actually forgot about the Courier, usually because I don't look in artifacts. So if we were to make that addition, I think it's also because I don't have any copies of Bomat Courier. Yep. I would have to craft them. So something for you guys to consider. You might actually want Bomat Courier in your... You might actually want Bomat Courier. So... An alternate thing we could have done... No, it wouldn't have mattered because we got bolted anyway. But that is kind of the deck. If you guys have better 1-drops to fill out the board, it's pretty much fine. I think we can call it right now. Let's take a look actually. Let's see if we can do one more win. Although it is, yeah, it's close to the 50-minute mark, but you know what, that's fine. Kind of unfortunate to hit get got by so many burn spells, but yeah, the Bomat Courier is the thing. I guess another alternate is just to have shock. I don't really want to keep this when our opponent. Sure, we can cast these, but okay, this is better. We can hold off the Soul Shatter for now. Yeah, and for maybe we are running too many Florians. If we don't hit another Black Source, the Aetherborn's gonna be stranded. Well, at least I know it can't block. That's a good way to get it to quick pump up. Our opponent probably just sacks this one, then just puts a Strangling Grasp on the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Oh no, not quite yet. They're just gonna go for it. Opponent needs to decide if they want to block and force me to pump it. No, they're just gonna take it. Yeah, I'm just gonna play the Florian now. Let's force our opponent to have removal for it at least. In fact, if our opponent were to save Hellblade, they probably have a kill spell for one of these two. Power Word kill on the smaller vampire. So their plan is to grow Cullblade. We will take the 2. This ETB's tapped. We'll see how our opponent... It's very unlikely our opponent decides to block. So there we go. We will get a card off this. Ooh, opponent's gonna sack the Vengeful Strangler to the Ecstatic Awakener. If they chose to swing, I will definitely block. Oh. Village Rites. Okay, that's fine. So opponent draws a good amount of cards. No, wait, it's on their upkeep, so not quite yet. Yeah, it's just gonna throw away the Ecstatic Awakener, I guess. And a Morbid Opportunist? Sure. Yeah, they're not gonna... Yeah, so thankfully... So good trigger sequencing. Yeah, no damage was dealt. I could cast another Florian just to take this out. Let's just cycle this first though. No damage was dealt to our opponent, so we... Hold on, this is control dice, put a +1/+1 counter into play. Yeah, sure. Opponent is start... Opponent does, well, did get a very big grip between the Village Rites and the Morbid Opportunists. Now they're probably trying to go everywhere. And the Shambling Gas. Now Dreadhorde Butcher needs to contact, so... Opponent probably... Blood Chief's Curse on the... Static Awakener. Now we'll take the hit. No matter what happens, I am pinging our opponent with one of these. Oh, taking advantage of the first strike, not bad. So he's going to use that to nuke this one. So, doesn't matter if I target it because nothing gets through. Now I have to decide if I want to snipe the Awakener. No, I need to actually ping our opponent here. Now our opponent's creatures are growing dangerously large. In fact, they can just hold one Cowblade back, so I can't swing with the Florian anymore. Yeah, we let them draw way too many cards. If they decide to swing with both... Ooh, they're getting greedy. we're just getting flooded. Yeah, we're probably dead either case. We're just trying to see if we can gain some extra, gains enough life to. Nope, there's. If you're trying to preserve everything, there's no real good blocks there. Yeah, we do hit a Knight of the Even Legion, so that gives us something. It gives us 2 blockers, but these guys are going to grow out of... Yeah, at this point, it probably should not be Soul Shatter anymore. Yeah, we can safely concede this one now. So, it's good when the aggro hits. Unfortunately, sometimes the aggro misses. Sometimes that... And sometimes our opponent just draws way too many cards. Do we want to put our own Morbid Opportunists? Not quite. Our assumption is that that our creatures are surviving long enough. But I guess... We did have some good matchups here, but probably could improve on it. It's also possible that if that is the case, we really should just load up with more burn spells and let fewer creatures. Like the Dreadhorde Butchers are feeling really bad right now. At least we got the Pit Fighter turn 1. So we'll probably just do Delver Secrets. Always offer the trade because our opponent is really planning to just flip this. If they trade it, I'm actually fine. If they're really concerned, the correct trade is with the Dreadhorde Butcher because once this starts growing, they better have faith. Yeah, that's. Yeah, that makes sense. So next turn we can Dreadhorde Butcher again and light up the stage. So same sequence. Okay. Summit and Ridge, so yeah, I got 2 lands off. I could do Hungry for more swing with the Pit Fighter. Then what would I discard? Probably the Lightning Strike? Actually, we probably could also just sacrifice Florian because we're very close. There, so the next play would now be another Hungry for More. We can also do Bloodthirsty Adversary if we draw a land. Opponent probably too slow after losing both Delvers. Well, it was their choice. They decided to block. They could have blocked Pit Fighter at any times. They probably were not expecting me to actually be vampires. But there we go. We did get one last hurrah of a win. Shakeup is actually very interesting. A lot of decks are pretty much open here. Is the Shakeup a good indication of what would probably be banned? Hard to say, but it is a breath of fresh air, so we'll take that. that's going to be it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.